Hello, everybody. Today we will be looking into how you can write platform-specific XAML code in UNO platform applications. So let's jump into Visual Studio. I have a very simple page here, which contains a stack panel for layout, and then a text block saying hello everywhere, and then a border containing a text block showing only on Windows. So what I would like to do is to make sure that this text block says different things when I'm on different target platforms. So for example, on Android, I wanted to say hello from Android. And then on Windows, I wanted to say hello from Windows, and so on. To achieve this goal, you can use these specific platform-specific XAML namespaces. And you can find definitions for them on our documentation site, where we have listed all the specific prefixes that you can use and exactly what URIs they require. So you can grab these prefixes from here, and then you can use them in your XAML page. So for example, here I have a XAML namespace called Android with the UNO UI Android URI. And this namespace allows me to write some part of XAML that will be only applied on Android. So for example, here, if I delete the hello everywhere text and write Android on text and write hello from Android, this text will be displayed only on Android. And for the other targets, this text block now looks like this. There is basically nothing. So I will add also Windows specific one. So win text equals hello from Windows. And now you have two different options. So on Windows, it will display hello from Windows. On Android, it will display hello from Android. And on iOS, for example, it wouldn't display anything. And I can prove it to you by running it on Windows, where we should see hello from Windows text showing in the text block. So here is the hello from Windows text. And now if I switch to Android, it should say hello from Android there. So let's see, compiling on Android can take some time. So let's wait for that to happen. One important note in between it compiles, you need to include those custom prefixes like Android, iOS, and so on in MC:ignorable section. That's all described in the documentation, but it's just something that often happens that people forget to include it, and then those prefixes don't work correctly. So make sure that you include them here in the MC:ignorable section. So now the application should be hopefully compiled and running on Android. And you can see the text block is now saying hello from Android as we expected. One more thing that I want to show you is that you can apply this not only to specific attributes like text and so on, but even to entire sections of XAML. So here we have the only on Windows border, which has the red background. And as we saw, it displayed on Android as well, which is not something we want, because potentially we could have some Windows-specific control here or something that's only available on Windows, and we want it to display only on Windows, not on the other targets. So we can use the same approach that we just used on the attributes, but with entire elements. So if I write win:border, then this section will only be displayed on Windows. So if I run this on Android emulator, we should see that this border is no longer there. So this is the old version running, but now it will launch. And you can see there is now only the text hello from Android. And there is no red border with hello from Windows displaying. And that's what we expected, because that part of the code is now Windows specific. And if I run it on Windows, we should see it display normally. So let's run it on Windows. And you can now see only on Windows is showing out normally, which is exactly what we wanted. This way, you can include even platform-specific controls in your XAML markup. So if you have a Google mapping control on Android or iOS, you can just include it in some border element in your XAML and then display it conditionally only on iOS or only on Android. So I think that wraps up this video. I thank you for joining, and I will see you in the next one.